Welcome to a new video, champions. So it's about 30 minutes of me stretching and talking some bullshit and philosophy about failure and the start of my MMA journey. And it's about 5 minutes of ice bath shenanigans, and then 5, maybe 10 minutes of me driving to Zagreb to American Top Team and doing some sparring. I hope you enjoyed this video. Wow. Ooh, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful sunny day today. I'm not feeling like a piece of shit anymore. I'm not throwing up. I managed to eat one meal yesterday, so after the coffee in the morning. So after my session, I managed to eat a meal and actually keep it down. I ate some shit. How do you say? Some oats. Basically, yeah. And man, it was a small bowl, which I would usually eat up in 5 seconds. It took me like fucking 2 hours. I was just going slowly at it, making sure everything's feeling good. But I didn't throw up. Slept good. Yeah. So feeling sharp today. Went for a walk. I'm gonna do a little bit of middle split mobility every time if I spar in the afternoon or intend to have a high kicking session in the afternoon. Then I usually do a little bit more mobility right away. And the main focus regarding mobility obviously is the middle split and the pancake, but mainly middle split for the high kick. I do it dynamically, I do it passively as well, but today it's going to be a little bit lighter intensity. Because I usually do some active holds as well. I do ballistic stretching, I do progressive loaded stretching, I do it all sorts of different things. But today, very, very light. So just some gentle ballistic stretching going on one foot, then the other foot, basically sitting on the floor, going from one side to another, loosening up everything, going into pancake a little bit, and then simply sliding a little bit deeper into the middle split, and boom, it's as simple as that. What was it? Oh, there's something I want to talk about. Yeah, I've been getting, let me just silence the music. I think just yesterday I posted that video of a full body training, whatever, preparing for a fight, and then somebody is right away, oh yeah, you haven't been training since you were like 2 years old, you don't have enough time, you're too late to... I'm too late for what, motherfucker? You know? Like, what am I too late for? It's just a very... I think people are just really scared shitless of failure or of failing, which is very surprising to me, or not surprising, but it's weird. It's like, what the fuck even is failure? Like, let's say I go all in and I train like the next 70 days and I lose a fight, like big time. Is that a failure? No! Like, why would be? It's a failure if you didn't do your best. Then it's a fucking failure. If you half-assed the whole thing and then you went in and you like didn't do your best and you're like, man, I didn't really show who I really was. That I see maybe would be a failure. Or a failure would be losing and then bitching about it for fucking 6 months or to a year. Oh, that thing and the ref and the blah. Like, that's a failure. Not accepting what happened, but it can never be a failure. You know, I go after things, you know. That's like when I was a kid, I saw a free running video. Like, I was like, when I saw it, I was like, I'm gonna be the best at this shit in the world. And like, that's just how I go about it. That attracts me. That keeps me. That fucking excites me, you know. And I love it. And yeah, people are like, yeah, sure. Even my younger brother was like, yeah, bro, what the fuck? Like, you've been playing soccer for 5 years. What the fuck you gonna do in free running, you know? And then when I saw calisthenics, it was the same thing. I saw Hannibal for Kim, like, man, this is shit. Like, let's fucking go at it. Let's hold a full front lever, full planche, b-boy, junior planche. Like, the hardest goals right away. I failed at most of them. But I always learned something. I always got some good value out of it. And then if I felt like it wasn't bringing me the joy that I wanted, then I tried something else. And it's like it's almost impossible to fail. Like, it's like, shit, what if I try for 6 years and maybe I get to the UFC and then I can't become a champion? Was that a failure? Like, fuck no. Like, as long as I did my best afterwards, maybe when I'm 50, I can look back and I'm like, man, I was fighting at a certain point in time. I was fighting in a fucking cage. Like, how fucking cool is that? You know? So to all you beautiful, not haters. I won't say you guys are haters, but maybe you're just afraid of something, or I don't know, because I feel like it's weird that somebody's, you know, telling you, oh, you can't do something. Like, it's funny. Like, I'm sure you're you want all the best for me and making sure I have all my good health and making sure I'm not disappointed or broken down after 5 years and everything, but that's not gonna happen. You know, all the things I've tried, I'm not a dumb motherfucker, you know. I know the risk of the things involved. When I went and climbed the chimney, I knew what the risk was. If I fall down 360 meters, I'm gonna fucking die. It was straight up. When I did a backflip from 7 meters, if I over-rotate, I die. Like, that's in my brain. 7 years. Over-rotate, you die. You know, and then you visualize the backflip. And then I visualize it and I over-rotate. And I was like, dead. One more time. Visualize. You're there, you're on 7 meters, boom, jump, boom. Okay, you made it. Okay, another one, made it. Let's go for another one. And you visualize and you do that. That's about the only time I actually felt very connected with George St. Pierre, because he said he visualized the fight, and then if he would have a bad visualization, so if he would visualize the fight and he would lose the fight, he would never finish there. You always have to go one more time and be successful. So the last attempt has to be successful, because that's how I feel like what the brain remembers. It's that last thing. You know, you don't remember the full fight, you remember the finish, right? You know, you remember the last round, the finish. And that's how it goes kind of with learning as well. So always finish with a good solid rep, because that's how I feel the body remembers. It's the same with visualization. But yeah, in general, guys, I'm not afraid of fucking anything. Yeah. If I fail miserably at this goal, man, at least I fucking gave it a go. You know? If I didn't give it a go for the rest of my life, I'll be, man, could have been a world champion, not at some point, and then that maybe is a failure. Like, fucking having a desire that is of such magnitude and not pursuing it at all. That I feel is like, holy shit, that's scary. That fucking scares the shit out of me. Oh, not a bad middle split there at all. So yeah, I really appreciate all the concerns, guys. I really think you want the best for me, and you've been following me for many years, and I'm sure you're concerned, oh, Dominik is picking this weird path, but it doesn't really look that weird to me, you know. Just yesterday when I saw that comment, I was like, because people think I picked up martial arts like 2 fucking years ago, which is like fucking ridiculous. You know, when I was a kid, I actually remembered, I had my first gi when I was like 4 years old. I started training jiu-jitsu when I was like 4 or 5. Like, I had a southpaw guard, you know. My cousin was I think a European champion. He's right now in the military, but like many years ago, he was a European champion or close to it in, I think in jiu-jitsu as well, or some sort of striking. But yeah, so it's just when I was very young, I was very attracted to martial arts. I was watching Bruce Lee. I made my own fucking nunchucks, you know. I was throwing knives. I was throwing spear. Everything was be a better athlete. Like, that was exciting. I was outside. I was fucking climbing trees all the fucking time. Like, all the fucking time. And I deeply enjoyed it. And then, this is kind of funny, but in the 4th grade, I had a girlfriend, and we never really spoke even. We never kissed, nothing of that nature. But I loved her. Like if you would ask me at the time, yeah, I fucking loved her. And when she broke up with me, I remember I was like, man, fuck girls, women, or not in a like in a bad way, but like I'm like I have no interest in girls whatsoever, and that was probably one of the more important decisions that changed my life drastically. Because afterwards I was like, okay, if girls are out of are completely outside my interest, what is in my interest? Fucking sports, baby. Football. I'm gonna call it football. I'm not gonna call it soccer, because soccer is just a fucked up word, and football is one of the most watched sports in the world. So I'm gonna call it football, because you kick the ball with your foot. Okay, but it's European football, just you know. So I played European football. I was like juggling a football 3-4 hours a day. I'm playing fucking dodgeball, like I'm running, I'm climbing. Our school burned out, so we went to a different school. We had a great teacher who was teaching us, man, in 4th grade, he was teaching us gymnastics. So for all of you who are thinking, like, when did I learn a handstand? In 4th grade of elementary school. Like, we did a handstand, kick up to the handstand, hold it, and then lower down to a front roll. And funny enough, I needed that skill, like, way fucking later in college. And still, actually, some of the people could not make, so gymnastics was an exam in sports college. And in that fucking exam, in the gymnastic routine, which was very simple, at least for me, because I had some experience, you actually had to kick up, hold the handstand for 2 seconds, and then go into a roll. And majority of people failed, like, the full fucking year because they could not do that exam, and you had to do that to pass the year. You had to do gymnastics to pass the year. And man, I learned that in fucking 4th grade, you know? So, yeah, we had amazing teachers. And then in 6th grade or so, we had Marina Vorkapic, our teacher, just single-handedly created like an after-school, after-school fucking the class of jumping on a trampoline, you know, kind of like Dunkin' Devils, you know, you run up, you jump on a trampoline, and you land on the mats. And man, again, I was like, this is shit, you know, so I went all in, just loved it, then went deeper into free running and parkour and all of that, and the climbing as well. Man, I fucking love to climb. It's still why I have big ass forearms to this day, is because I did a shit ton of climbing in the first 10 years of my life. So here I was going. So then I go to high school, and I'm like, again, I have no interest in girls whatsoever, and because I was the only person from my elementary school who went to that high school, I had no friends, you know. And at the time, I'm very unsocial, like not really unsocial, but I knew who I was. Like, I thought I was like kind of a cool kid. I was great at sports, and then they come to the high school, and sports are not important anymore. And I'm like, people are acting weird, and I think it was just, you know, high school, people were insecure. Like, I felt like everyone was really unfriendly, actually, yeah. And so again, I go to school, I fucking study, I do that shit because I'm not really hanging out with a lot of folks there. Straight back home as fast as I can. Sometimes I'd even skip school so I could go back home and fucking train. I would go back home and I train. I didn't socialize and go out and drink till I was 18. I never tried alcohol, never tried a cigarette, weed, nothing. So man, till 4th grade, I don't know how old you are in fucking 4th grade, till I was 18, all I did was train. You know, I went to school, I went back and trained. I slept, I watched movies because I fucking love movies, and I trained because I fucking love training. And I saw a movie, right now I can't remember which year, let me just check this, guys, because this is very important. I'm sure you know the movie Yuri Boyka, which was the second one, Undisputed 2. Undisputed 2, when did it came out? 2006? Oh, how about Undisputed 3? 2010. Okay, so in 2010, when I think even before that, well, the first time I saw Yuri Boyka in Undisputed, I was like, okay, people can actually be muscular and agile and fast at the same time. Because before that, everybody told me if you get big, you get slow. If you get strong, you get slow. And you can't be a good flexible athlete if you're jacked. which I was like, I saw Yuri Boyka, and in like 5 seconds, I was like, okay, that's a bunch of horseshit. This dude did a front flip in the ring. He looked faster than me, more agile, and he was way more fucking jacked than I was. You know, so when I saw that movie in 2006, it came out maybe in 2007, so I'll be like 15 years old. And right away, I'm like, all that Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee and kicking and Jean-Claude Van Damme and middle splits and all that shit just came rolling back. And I was like, martial arts, you know. And that's why I built this gym. Like, that's the reason, was Yuri Boyka. I read his biography and I was like, okay, Scott Atkins, like, he wanted to train more. He built a dojo at home. I was like, oh, that's fucking genius, building a dojo at home. That's why we have this place. If you want to thank one person, thank Scott Atkins and whoever directed Undisputed 2 and Undisputed 3. But yeah, it was Scott Atkins. Like, and then I wanted to build this gym for like, first for like calisthenics purposes, or no, first for free running purposes. I wanted to do flips and shit. But then when I built the gym, I was like, obviously there's no fucking space to do flips, or not much space. So very quickly, this turned out to be a martial arts gym. You know, so even in like 2008, I think 2007, I think is the first clip from the gym. I'm here and I'm working on the heavy bags. Obviously, I lack technical proficiency. It's obviously mainly heart, pure heart, not much skill. But that's when it started. So like, I started training martial arts in 2008 when I was 16, so maybe that puts a piece into, so that's why I feel like I'm progressing very quickly right now, because I put the time in. So in 2007, I think I had about 3 years of basically mixed martial arts training. I did some wrestling here with my friends. We always loved to wrestle. I did BJJ, my friend's freaking cousin, yeah, he was very good at the BJJ. He was on a European level as well, so he was much lighter than me, but man, I could not fucking like submit him in any way. He was just technically proficient, you know, and had skills. So that's when I really got into it, and then I started training. I did high kicks. It's too bad I don't have a lot of footage about this stuff. I maybe have 2 or 3 clips of me hitting a heavy bag, but not much more than this. But I was doing high kicks. I was doing high kicks with military boots to work on the middle split. So I was just like really passionate about it. And then, man, I haven't told this story in a long time. And then, of course, because I'm me and I'm like fucking 18, I'm cocky as shit, you know, I've been training martial arts for 2 years now, and I'm like, yeah, who's the baddest motherfucker in Bela Krajina? So Bela Krajina is kind of like the region here, and it was like Petrik Izairi, who was in Chernomyl, a city next door. He was I think he was a world champion in Taekwondo, and later on he transitioned to Muay Thai. I'm not sure if he was a world champion in Muay Thai, I'm not gonna say anything, but man, he's fucking good. Okay, and I challenged him for a fight. Like, I was like, I wanted to see where I'm at, you know, let's see if I can go on with the best. And I have zero fucking, like, I sparred with some guys here, but those guys who were, maybe guys who were training like 3 months, 6 months, like nobody was really like a serious athlete who trained martial arts for a period of years. So I'm just like way more overconfident, you know. So I had a fight with him, and even when we came to his gym, it was like underground gym, very fucking cool, looked like old school, amazing gym. And dude came, and I'm warming up and shit. A couple of friends wanted to watch this, how this is gonna all play out, you know. And dude comes and he throws a combination on the he throws a combination on the heavy bag. Like, man, I'm talking like 1, 2, middle kick, 2, middle kick, high kick, like spins around, throws a fucking spinning heel kick, and then a fucking tornado kick or some shit. I can't even remember what exactly it was. I just know it was fucking awesome. Like, I saw it and I was like, oh, holy shit, like, this guy's fucking good. Like, it's not gonna be a walk in the park. Right away I saw, okay, we can go home, guys. Like, I don't think I have much to do here. Still, we went for a sparring session. We did 2 rounds. I got hit with maybe 55 high kicks in those 2 rounds. Like, dude was fucking fast. He was fucking good. Like he literally like slapped my face. I'm talking about, like, he was just playing with me, like boom, boom. And then for the 3rd round, I was like hyping myself up for 1 more round, and he was like, no, that's good enough. And I know now that he was it was a smart thing for him to do. He was like, okay, this kid is like all heart, but not much skill. So let's not give him any more brain damage, but actually he was a gentleman and he stepped outside, and I really appreciated this actually. And afterwards I'm like, I fucking suck. Like I literally fucking suck. So let's go and learn this thing properly. So there was a coach in Chernobyl, yeah. There was a coach who was like I think a security guard who had some experience with Muay Thai. I have to learn Muay Thai, not Muay Thai. Muay Thai. So I started training with him, and man, I got fucking good. And I'm into, and I'm watching at the time Mirko Krokop and Fedor Emelianenko, and I'm learning the Kimuras and all of that stuff. So all of that stuff, the Kimura, the triangle, the arm bars, rear naked choke, all of that stuff I learned like somewhere there in 2008, 9, 10. Just the basics, you know, nothing too special. Shit, I forgot where I was going with this. Give me a second. So yeah, I'm watching Fedor, I'm watching Roy Jones Jr., yeah, faking the left jab into a left hook. Still my favorite fake. And I'm training at that gym, so it's like an official gym. There are guys there, you know, we're training like with the proper fucking Muay Thai training. It was the first time in my life I got dropped with a body shot. There was one guy, was a really fucking big guy. I'm talking 120, 130 kgs. Hit me with a body shot, and man, I just like fuck. I was like, man, I need a second. It was the first time I was like, holy shit, like man, because I always thought I was so tough, I'm never gonna be knocked down and shit. But what happened? I was training, I was getting very good, and I asked the coach, like, well, bro, I want to fight. Like, can I get a fight, please? And then he was, yeah, we're gonna do, yeah, but like, it never happened. So, and then we had a poor experience in the training where I felt like I was schooling the coach. I was selling him shit, you know, I was good, you know, and he wanted to teach me a lesson. So when I think I missed a punch, or like I made a mistake, and he just hit me like full force right in the fucking nose. My nose started bleeding like, and I finished the sparring round, but afterwards my whole like fucking shit, everything was bloody, and I felt there was this weird energy. Like, it wasn't like a, because when you hit somebody like this in a sparring session, like I can tell a difference when when I missed and a person hits me, or when a person hits you a bit too hard and they're like, whoa, pardon me, you know, and especially because he's a fucking coach, you know, he should know better, I felt like at the time. Still feel like that was not good coaching. That's what I feel. I'm a coach, I teach Claudio how to box and shit. Yeah, sometimes you hit him. Yeah, one time I hit a guy here in the liver, he fucking like went down, even threw up afterwards. But you make sure, hey brother, you okay? I'm sorry, it was a bit too much, you know. I was thinking you talk about it. And at that time we didn't talk about it. And then say you come in school, your nose is all busted, you gotta fucking say some shit. And then I just felt very awkward, and I didn't come back at the time. And then I filmed window jumps, and then everything went into a different direction of free running, and then calisthenics caught my eye. I just had to fucking do it. And then we went into a different direction. But I always loved fighting, you know. I just never had a proper challenge there. But I always felt like I was very gifted. I had a great jaw. I have a good eyes. I have good reflexes. I know how to move. I'm very stable on my feet. I have a good base. So everything I feel like is, I'm exceptionally gifted for this. And I want to see how far I can take it. And you know, I know I'm fucking 31 years old. I'm going to be 32 this year. So it's not working in my advantage, but man, I gotta fucking give it a go. Like, there's so much passion in here, I gotta give it a go. And once more, guys, if I fail, it's gonna be fucking awesome either way. You know, I'm gonna do my fucking best. And if you do your best, there is no failure. Like, it doesn't exist. So, well, this turned out to be a fucking longer speech than I wanted to. But hopefully some of you found it interesting, you know, and hopefully this, you got a bit more insight, or why is Dominik going into this martial arts, because maybe some of you think I'm just fucking crazy. I just decided after 30 years I'm having a midlife crisis or some shit to be like, oh, let's try martial arts or some shit. No, you know, I've been training this before. I like it. I deeply enjoy it, and it's fucking awesome. And I'm just gonna see how far I can take it. And I know I say right away I'm gonna be a world champ, but that's just how I do things. Like, that's what's exciting to me. It's not exciting to me to say, oh, I'm gonna train martial arts diligently twice a fucking day for a period of 6 fucking years, and then maybe I can win a couple of fights. Again, I'm sorry if some of you have this philosophy. It's a great philosophy. It's just not mine. You know, it's just like that doesn't excite me. I know for sure there's a lot of people who, oh, I want to train martial arts. I want to be good at self-defense. I want to become a more capable, a stronger, more resilient man or a woman. I want to be able to defend myself, my friends, my family, be a more capable, confident human being. And maybe I want to have a fight, you know, to also like see how it really feels. But if you're going to be fighting professionally, I see it just doesn't, like, if you if your intention is not to become a champion, then don't fight professionally. Because there are some people who are fighting professionally and want to become champions and are training 2 times a day, 3 times a day, and their sole purpose in life is to win that fight and knock you the fuck out, you know? And if you go with those people in a ring and you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna try and see how it goes, like, man, it's the consequences can be you know. So if you want to be good at fighting, like, strongly encourage, I think everybody should train mixed martial arts or boxing or grappling or wrestling, you know, and just be proficient at these disciplines and become, like I said, it just leads to becoming a stronger, more humble also human being. And I think it's very, very good to do so. But fighting professionally, do it only if you want to become a champion. Otherwise, like, you're just risking a whole lot of brain damage and stuff like that, without the possibility even of getting paid to do it. Or if you don't believe you're gonna be a champ, then you probably won't be a champ. You know, so I suggest for those of you who just want to train it because of the passion, try some amateur fights, you know, and see how it goes, and maybe even decide later on you want to be a champ, you want to take it further. But yeah, it's up to you. But yeah, I definitely don't see, I would never go and fight professionally unless I thought I have the possibility of becoming a champion. And as soon as I see that if that possibility is maybe not, it's not doable, fucking maybe I win 5 fights and then I lose 6 fights, then maybe, okay, maybe let's try something different, because I don't want to be 50 years old and having dementia and not remembering who my friends are or where I live. You know, so I'm not romanticizing about the sport, I'm being realistic. I know I'm a bit older in life, but there's plenty of evidence of people who started later in life, started training a discipline and become very proficient at. Rocky Marciano started training boxing at the age of 24. He just wanted to be a world champion in something. He was playing American football before that. It just couldn't make it happen. Too slow, too something. I don't know why it wasn't good. And he was the clumsiest motherfucker for boxing as well. His coach would say that. But he would hit like a fucking brick and would run every day. I think he ran 10 to 15 miles in army boots every single day, because on his first fight he was still smoking at the time, and he got booed out of stage because his conditioning was so poor that he just fucking lacked, like, it was a terrible performance, and he felt so ashamed of it. He started training more diligently, stopped smoking, and started running like fucking 15 miles. So despite the fact that his skill was a little bit lower than maybe somebody who, like Jersey Joe Walcott or Ezra Charles, or even Joe Louis for that matter, he still would make up for it with determination and with conditioning. Like Joe Louis said, he may not fight by the book, but I got hit by a library today. Joe Louis was a bit old when they had their first fight, but still, you know, Rocky Marciano was a legitimate champion who started training later in life. What Francis Ngannou did a couple of months ago was unbelievable. The guy's fucking 38 years old, fought the best fucking boxer of his generation, Tyson Fury, who was arguably one of the best of all times. I don't think that's the case, but I think he's definitely among the top 5. And fucking Ngannou, like, just almost made a miracle happen, you know. Then we look at Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins started boxing, I think, at the age of like 20 something in jail. You know, dude was living a hardcore life. Like he was incarcerated, and they had a program for boxers. So he started training in boxing. He learned the discipline and the art of training in jail. Also after the age of 20, become a world champion. Was still a world champion at fucking what, 42 years of age. Like just an amazing specimen, you know. And he said, I'm not gifted, I'm not special. It's not like Roy Jones Jr. is fucking gifted, he would say, you know. I'm just a normal guy, but I train every day, I sleep diligently. You know, when those guys, they win a fight, they go out and party. When I win a fight, even if it's a first round knockout, I go home, I eat, I go in a hot tub, I get a massage, you know, because despite the fact that the fight was short, how about the training camp, the 3 months of hardcore training before the fight? You know, so the guys go out and drink like that, and that's cool as well for them, but that keeps your career shorter. So I'm trying to do all the things right, you know, and give myself a good chance of becoming a champion someday in the future. And I seriously believe it's possible. But yeah, we'll fucking see how it goes. And yeah, stay tuned, guys. I think you're gonna be, I think you're gonna witness a beautiful journey. Either way, you know. All right, enough talking. Now I'm gonna jump into a river and then watch some John Danaher and prepare for a sparring session at 5:30. I'm going to Zagreb and do some MMA sparring with an amazing team. Let's get it done. All right, it's ice bath time. I know it seems like it's nice and warm, but the river is definitely gonna be quite chilly. I think it's about 10 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. So it's not extremely fucking cold, but it's fucking cold. Regarding ice baths, I don't really do them every single day, but like when I have a kind of a rest day, which is when it's only one session per day, then I like to do it. I feel like it's good stuff, you know. It's definitely for all the reasons of decreasing inflammation and all of that stuff. But I like the boost in adrenaline, actually. I like when you go in, I like to breathe, and just the experience is fucking phenomenal. Like, I don't do it every day, but maybe about like 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week. It feels like a great activity to do. So yeah, let's go after it. All right, let the dick measuring contest begin. I would usually do 1 round of Wim Hof breathing, but sometimes if I feel like, sometimes I feel a bit too excited, so I just fucking go and jump in. About 3 minutes is gonna be good. It's definitely wet, you know? Definitely wet. Not too bad. What's the time? Yeah, not bad, not bad. So yeah, full submersion. I try to go neck deep, and I try to keep my hands in at all times. Usually stay in for about, I think it was possibly 3 minutes. Feeling great. So now I go home, rest a little bit, eat something, and then a sparring session at ATT. Oh. All right, I'm off to Zagreb on the road. This time wearing a seatbelt. But I just wanted to, I was elaborating a little bit on martial arts, blah 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 and blah blah blah, and then just driving now on my way to practice, I realized, like, I really love this. Like, I really love, like, right now it's the most exciting thing that I can do in the world is I can go to a sparring session with amazing professional athletes. And I love the environment, and I love
I told you when I went to high school, you know, I was a bit shy when I was young and I was nervous on meeting new people. But man, I love meeting new people. I love meeting martial artists. I think they're very cool people. Like everybody who I've seen in Ljubljana, I trained boxing with, or in Maribor, I trained BJJ, or in Zagreb, like all the guys are so fucking awesome and nice. You know, it's not what you would expect. Like some people think, yeah, martial arts are bad motherfuckers. They are bad motherfuckers. They're also very nice human beings. They're training every day. They're humble, you know, and they're not like aggressive people outside the ring. Some of them are just very normal, nice, kind people. Like if you see him outside the gym, I remember Aljaž, he's a national champ up to 91 kg. He's such a nice guy. You would see him outside the ring, you would be like, yeah, I can take this guy. And then you spar with him and you get your ass kicked, you know, and he's just a fucking savage. And that's what I love about this journey. I love meeting new martial artists. I love meeting people whose purpose in life is training, because it's like I feel the same way. And it's just awesome. There's nothing I would rather do today right now than go there on a training session. It's just yeah, that's why I love martial arts, you know. And yeah, I love training, and yeah, I love the whole process. So yeah, just thought of mentioning this because it's not, yeah, it's attractive, you know. Maybe you get to be the new Conor McGregor or whatever. Like it's nice. Maybe you make a lot of money and shit. All of that, like it's fucking awesome if something like that would happen. But at the end of the day, the reason why I'm doing this because it's the most interesting, fun, amazing thing I can think of doing at the moment, and it's awesome, you know. And I'll see how far it takes me. But obviously, because I'm exciting, passionate, and yeah, individual, I like to aim high, you know. So yeah, hopefully I become a champ. But in each case, this is gonna be a beautiful journey, and I fucking love it, you know. Opa, kako samo ide. There's nothing quite like the drive home after a hard training session, you know. It's just regardless of how the training session goes, if you at least put some effort into it, the feeling afterwards is kind of spectacular. Even during the session, obviously it's amazing, but man, it was a fucking tiring session as shit. We did, I think, 8 5-minute rounds. We did some boxing in the starters, then some kickboxing, so some stand-up work, and then MMA. I think we did 3 5-minute rounds with boxing gloves, and then 3 rounds or 2 rounds with MMA gloves. Also, some rounds were done, so the intention is to take the opponent down as soon as possible, and as soon as he's on the floor, we already stand back up and continue. So it's a lot of emphasis on takedowns, which is what I fucking suck at. So that was greatly beneficial and exhausting as fucking shit, you know. But a great session, considering I ate like fucking 2 bananas before the session. So I ate 150 grams of nuts today and 2 bananas. So I felt a little bit drained from energy. I also lost like 3 kgs in 2 days because of that one day of throwing up. I think I was like 86 or 85.5 kgs today before I even went for a session. So right now I'm probably 85 kgs. My normal would be 88. But yeah, I'm gonna get some food down, some nice protein, whatever, shakes, some nuts, dates, and a banana. Yeah, feeling pretty good. I felt like throwing up a little bit during the session, but now I guess that whatever infection or virus I had seems to be gone. So yeah, great training session. I think I'll post the sparring session tomorrow, because guys, it is fucking late, so I don't feel like editing. I actually put the phone somewhere in underneath the fucking bench and filmed the whole session. So I'll take a look at it tomorrow. It's a 55-minute clip, so I'll take a look at it tomorrow and edit some stuff so you guys can see I'm actually doing some real sparring as well. You know, and all of the guys that I'm sparring with are professional fighters, so it's a proper regime there. It's not like, take the round off or some shit like that. You're tired, take it easy. It's a legit fucking gym. Good training, great training today. I sparred with Ivica Terror Trušček, who's like a Croatian legend of MMA. Man, I got my fucking ass kicked. And that dude, I watched his last fight and I was thinking, man, it doesn't look too sexy or too technically proficient, but it's efficient. His cardio is on point, man. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, my face is busted up a little bit. Yeah, good times training with amazing people, slowly getting better. Fuck it. So yeah, great day of training, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Peace out.
Oh, and please leave a comment below. If there's something on your mind, please write it down in the comment section. If it's positive, amazing. If it's negative, even better. You know, I'm going through the comments myself, and I love interacting with you guys. So if there's something on your mind, please write it down. There's no wrong comments. If it's negative, like I said, even better. I really appreciate it. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find it inspiring. Maybe you learned something. Yeah, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Boom.